Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well. Today, I want to talk about carers, and I've said in the title the impact of being a carer on your mental health. But I also want to talk about caring for someone with mental health problems, and I speak from personal experience here. It's hard, and what I find the hardest is that the dynamics of a relationship is completely different to what a normal relationship would look like. And this doesn't mean necessarily your partner, your husband, wife, child. It could also mean children. It could mean parents, grandparents, anyone that you care for. The relationship is incredibly different. And that has a massive impact on both parties' mental health, actually, because you've got the person that's being cared for, whether it's you're caring for because they've got a physical ailment or whether they have a mental health condition. That's massively disempowering for them, especially if they're an adult, but for children as well. They want to be independent. Being independent is part of our development. It's what makes us human, that we do things by ourselves. We have evolved to be able to look after ourselves and do things for ourselves. So to suddenly not be able to do that anymore, that has a massive impact. And so even if it's a physical ailment, you can find that mental health becomes part of that problem because you become depressed. I mean, speaking from experience of having ME, I was massively depressed when I just around the time I got diagnosed and then after I got diagnosed, because it's a massive change in your life. You've gone from living your life in a certain way, having a lot of freedom, being able to make a lot of your own choices, suddenly having all that stripped away from you. And it's like an onion. It has multiple layers. I'm not just talking about the actual physical side of being ill, but also I was no longer able to work, so therefore my income massively dropped. I suddenly couldn't afford to do any things I was able to do. Physically was struggling to do things. So there was a lot of things going on, and I became depressed because of that, which I think is understandable. And so for someone who is struggling with physical health, mental health can become an add-on to that. People who have mental health problems and need caring for, again, they're already feeling probably very low about themselves, but to then know that they need someone to care for them, that's massive, especially if you're an adult. You feel like you're not worthy, and that it just really knocks you and makes you feel less of a person. Men, I think, particularly struggle with this because they're the ones that have taken on this role of being the provider. And if they're not able to do that, that's a massive, massive thing for them. But as a carer, 1 in 8 people in the UK are carers, so this is a huge portion of the population that are doing this. As cuts get made to adult social care budget, children's social care budgets, the number of carers is only going to rise because we have to do it within families as opposed to using external services. And it's very difficult. My mum recently broke her leg and was completely immobile, can't walk. She's getting better now. She's able to do a few more things. She's improving her independence. And I took on a lot of that because obviously my dad's 70 now. And so I took on a lot of that role. I found myself sinking because, again, it was a lot of things. It was the fact that my heroes, my parents, suddenly it was a little bit obvious that they're aging. I don't want to deal with that. So there was that side of it, that you suddenly feel that that's the point that they get to in their lives. It was also the fact that it's exhausting. It's very tiring. It's tiring running around after them. It's tiring physically helping them. It also takes you away from other things in your life. You may have to neglect certain things. I know I found it hard to juggle business and doing that. And it did have an impact on my mental health. I did withdraw because I felt tired a lot of the time, but also it becomes such a big part of your life that it's very worthwhile and very important thing to do, but it can feel like you don't really have a massive purpose. That's how I felt anyway. Maybe I'm on my own with that, but so it had a big impact. It also had an impact on my parents' relationship, because my mum had since my dad was ill a few years ago, she kind of took care of him. She drove him around and did the shopping and the cooking and the cleaning, and she wasn't able to do any of these things. So Dad suddenly had to take them on board, and there was a lot more arguments going on because he didn't do things the way she liked them doing. So there was a lot of changes going on, and I think this is the hidden side of caring. And being a carer is an incredible job, and hats off to everyone that does it. You do an amazing job, and you're not at all rewarded for that. In any sense, there is care allowance, but it's not. It's a full-time job. It's 24/7 when you're living with someone and caring for them, and you get what, £40-70 a week, and it's ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, caring is such a worthwhile thing to do, but it's incredibly hard. I know people who have cared for elderly parents who are struggling with dementia or Alzheimer's, and you lose yourself. You lose your sense of self, and you forget to take care of yourself. So then your own mental health starts to struggle. So I guess what I'm trying to say from all of this and all my blurb is that be aware, if you are a carer, or if someone is caring for you, be aware that your mental health is going to be impacted by this situation. Have support. Go to groups. I mean, I'm in Lincoln, and we do have groups. We have carers groups. There's a lot of charitable organisations. There's Rethink, Mind, Carers UK. Lots of places that you can go to get information and support. Try and see if there's any groups. I know it's hard when you've got all this going on, but try and make time to prioritise your own self-care, because if you don't, you're going to be useless to everyone. Because if your mental health starts to suffer and you don't take care of yourself, you will get ill with a physical illness, and then it'll be even worse, because you'll feel you're letting more people down, and the whole thing spiral. So take care of yourself. If you are a carer, make sure that you are caring for your own mental health. I would love to hear your experiences, whether you are a caree or a carer. Then please do get in touch. Just let me know how it is for you, the realities of it, because they are unsung heroes in modern society. And I think it is important that we talk about the role of carers more than we actually do. So take care, everyone, and have a great day.